you say there was nothing, but you say it with a smile. Whoa.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Fifth Quarter Fantasy Cast. I'm Coach V, and Dr. Try just pounded that Paps. He's still working through his 18-pack of Paps.
Let's go. Let's go. Happy 180-year anniversary, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. And on that accord, I'm a political guy, right? I'm really controversial politically, and we have proof. I wrote in Boots Donnelly for president in 2024. Someone out there who tallies the United States voting totals is going to have to tally one for Boots Donnelly this year because that's what I did.
Nice. Thanks for
I'm
doing your
sponsored
part.
by this year.
You know, I haven't been out to the polls yet, but he's on the docket. So I'll have to go Democratic, but but we got that in the mail. So Donnelly's probably getting my vote just off last name. I'm not even going to look at what they support.
If there's a Donnelly on a ballot in a town near you, put a vote in for him because you never know. That could be Boots' brother, it could be his uncle, it could be Boots himself. Vote Donnelly is a vote for Paps. It's a vote for America.
Damn right. Yep. So anyway, Coach V, how was your fantasy week and real week?
Weird fantasy week, 1-1 fantasy wise. Man, these injuries are really starting to pile up. Like, I lost. I've been out Nico. I lost Mike Evans this week. I have not seen 1 yard from Christian McCaffrey this year. And Jameson Williams got suspended. Like, I am out of players. Like, yeah. So in one of my leagues, I don't know who I'm starting at wide receiver. I think Jalen Tolbert's going to get the nod.
All right.
I think Montavian Wicks is going to get thrown out there. Like, I might pull Jalen McMillan off of my taxi squad. We got to do something here because we're out of wide receivers on Coach V's squad. But yeah,
Once he comes off, he can't go back on.
No, but like, I'm out of guys. Like, just straight out of players. And like, they're all guys you can't drop. It's dynasty. These are guys you got to hang on to. So yeah, we got to figure that out. How about your week? You always have such weird weeks because you play a million different teams.
So I went 4-2, and one of the 2 losses was in the cheese. So, broke the curse, but at what cost, right? So anyway, we are now 1-6. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. I'm above 500 everywhere else. And anyway, had a huge clash with it's Nick in our main dynasty league, and yeah, won by 20. Just paying him back for him beating me last year, and we're both cream of the crop in that league, and the cream rose to the top, brother. So anyway, yeah, everyone's saying it's his year. No, not so fast, my friend. So anyway, yeah, that was big. That was a big win. And anyway, yeah, so it's yeah, it was a good week. We 4-2. I lost Ayuk in that league, but I actually traded away Puka like 3 weeks ago. I traded for him again and got him back. I gave up CJ Stroud, who I wasn't using, and because I start Jordan Love and a 2025 first, but it's my first, so it's probably the 12th pick, like 9th at worst, I would think. And then I got Puka because I'll now need him as my wide receiver 4. and then because that league's ridiculous, and then also I got a nice little fourth rounder out of it. So anyway, league was not happy with Skittles for trading him back to me. So uh, but anyway, yeah, pretty good. But yeah, where is Peepaw this week?
Well, Peepaw is, he was supposed to be back with us today, and yeah, and so it's these hands. I guess if you separate them, are they prayer hands? And together, are they
I don't
prayer
know.
hands?
I
Okay,
just it's all
so
Peepaw.
anyways, we usually do this because it's praise Peepaw, but I think we need to do this for pray for Peepaw because um, we were joking when we said he died. He didn't die, but he
He's
did.
hospitalized.
He is hospitalized right now with appendicitis, and he lost. I mean, he didn't lose it, but they did take out his appendix today, and he's fine. Like he's fine. He almost came on the podcast today. Like he was going
Yeah.
to broadcast straight from the hospital room. Um,
He was doubtful but trending toward game time decision.
yeah. So yeah, he almost made it today. We expect him next week, but this week, whenever you're putting in your praise for Peepaw, actually make it a prayers going up for
Yes. Feel better, Peepaw. Everybody misses you. Hope you sorry you lost your appendix and enjoy your ice cream from Mackle.
And me and my wife were talking about this, but do you remember as a kid, every kid show would have a tonsils episode and an appendix episode?
Yeah.
And I was so afraid as a kid. Every time my stomach hurt, I thought I was going to have to get my appendix taken out because every time on TV, like Lewis Stevens, there goes his appendix. And it's like, oh man, like someone's always
Everyone
losing
was losing it.
tonsils, appendix, and then this one people have heard all the time, but like quicksand. I thought all these things were going to be bigger
Yeah.
problems than they ended up being.
Nope. Like that would probably be the last thing well, I mean, just like the shows, like it's the last thing you expect because it's not real. But now, like, Peepaw's the only person I've ever met that had to get their appendix removed in life. Like, just Peepaw. So talk about your bad luck. That's why he needs all the praise he can get. Um,
So
but
yeah, we can't wait to
but
get people back and hear the full story about his appendix removal.
yep, glad he's alive. So so anyway, yeah, week 7 reaction. We got some awards. Let's start on a negative note with the the bed's getting pretty full. Like I'm running out of room on this, but we have the Sleep Number Shit the Bed Award brought to you by Sleep Number. It's stanky, smells like poop. These are the people we are dropping or just really shit the bed for week 7. So we have it a little out of order. They're a little further away from Arthur Smith in the bottom right corner and Amber Turd above him. But we have 5 on there. Who's that little fella in the middle?
Oh, so that little feller, that's Zach Moss. Uh, he is he gets the S to B award because it's over for Zach Moss. Like he is officially relegated to the number 2 role in Cincy. Chase Brown, the better runner, who really should have started the year, has taken over that backfield. Has scored touch. I think he scored a touchdown 3 weeks in a row, I believe.
We knew it. The coaching staff didn't know it.
And so thankfully they've come to their senses. Zach Moss is not number 1. I think they're in a somewhat of a timeshare, but Brown is getting more of like the high value touches. So I think it's safe to move on from Zach Moss in your leagues if you got him, and or hang on to him for a Chase Brown injury or something. But he is not the lead guy anymore. Not that he ever deserved it.
Right. Um, and Zach Moss, I think I have the perfect nickname for him. Do you remember Pierre Thomas?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Pierre, oh, just hit my pants, Thomas.
was about to
Well,
say,
Zach,
yeah.
oh, just shit my pants. Because he looks like he would poop in his pants, and he wears underwear, and it gets stuck in there, and then he has to sit on top of it on the bus every day, and 3 to a seat, and then whenever you get home, you just kind of empty it out into the toilet, and then hope that your parents don't see it, and then they find it, and then you get in trouble because you didn't go to the bathroom because you didn't want to miss the bus. Something like that. Um, but that's Zach Moss pretty much. And yeah, kind of like Pierre Thomas, like that should be his nickname. Oh, just shit my pants, Zach Moss. I don't know why he has that look in his profile picture. Um, we put Jamison Williams on here, a fan favorite of Superfan Matt. I never fully bought in because I don't know, something about him. I was like, I feel like he needs more volume. Um, but he felt like he needed more performance enhancing drugs. So he has a nice little quote: "Performance enhancing drugs, my anti-drug." You know, he got negative .04 points, I think, this past week. Like if you're gonna be on performance enhancing drugs, enhance your performance at least. Like there's no reason why you should have negative fantasy points whenever you're on PEDs. Make it make sense. So, and then we got the San Francisco tandem, Brandon Ayuk, 4 points, and then you got injured. At least have some decency and score a touchdown first, like Mike Evans. Um, so Brandon Ayuk, you're on this list. Debo Samuel, kind of the same thing, but like less than 4 points, I think. And he's hospitalized. But
I think he's
he,
had
we saw it. If you watch that show, Wide Receiver, I swear every episode he was like getting pulled out of the game for getting hurt. So that's not cool. So that's how you end up on in the bed. Um, and then we have the Miami Dolphins head coaching staff organization. And the whole reason for this is there is zero reason why Tyreek Hill should get 2 fucking targets in the entire game. That's insane. Jalen Waddle, I think, had a catch. Like I don't care if your quarterback is Tim Boyle. Like you find a way to scheme plays for your playmakers. Like and it wasn't like it was a blowout game or anything, but just not getting your stars involved. Shame on you. So that's how you end up in the bed as well.
Yeah,
That's
like
it.
the Dolphins, this is supposed to be NFL caliber talent. It doesn't matter if you're first, second, third string. These are all the cream of the crop in the world to play in the NFL. You can't you can't get by. I mean, hell, the Titans are able to move the football and like have an offense. It's like the Dolphins without Tua just don't have an offense. They had no contingency plan for Tua, who's missed like half a season the past several seasons. They had no plan for him going down. It was like, what the hell is that? I don't understand.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
anyway,
like if anybody should have a good backup, it's the Dolphins.
exactly.
At least
And
have
they
a plan in place.
and they had it with like what Mike White, who would just sling the ball.
Oh,
Like
I love Mike White.
it was great.
Yeah,
And they
Mike
just,
White deserves a starting job.
I love that guy.
Yeah,
He's
he
so
was
good.
awesome. Like he would throw like 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 400 yards a game, lose the game, but like everybody would eat for fantasy. It was great. So Mike White needs a starting job in the NFL, and there are several openings right now. Someone needs to give him a call. But that's the
So
shit the bed award for week 7.
let's stay
Um,
angry and let's do our Hillshire guys. So, who is your Hillshire gift basket of disappointment award winner this week?
I will be giving out 3 gift baskets. One to Tank Dell. He should probably be on that last list for the 0 he put up, but he's he's our boy. We can't do it. So he might forever be on the SB award or on the Hillshire award. CJ Stroud passed for like 87 yards. So CJ Stroud in an absolute smash spot. We thought it was going to be a piggy bank game. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown for Joe Mixon. but
Yeah.
not so much anybody else. So CJ Stroud under 100 yards passing, unacceptable. We're concerned. I think he rights the ship though. And then I'm gonna put I put Kyler Murray on there. Not because of anything he did recently, but what's happening in 2 days. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is happening. It's coming out, and we know he plays a lot of Call of Duty. If you can trade Kyler Murray before week 8, make sure you do it because he's about to be focused on something other than football. So, he always does this every year. Like if there's not a Call of Duty, he's up. If once Call of Duty comes out, October 24th, 2024, he's no good any longer. So make sure you trade away Kyler Murray.
That's a hot take. I don't think anyone's running with that. So, like, you only have heard that here, and that's
Yeah,
important.
yeah,
And
but
like,
yeah, make sure you pay attention.
like
People,
you're gonna look so smart. So, my Hillshire boy is Devonte Adams. So much hype, so much excitement. Honestly, well, no, I mean, what's his face scored? Amari Cooper scored, right? And
yeah,
they both had the same amount of time with their offense this week. And you could argue, one way or another, like, hey, they both got access to the playbook. Devontae Adams has probably been studying the Jets playbook for 3 weeks because he's had his hamstring injury. I mean, like,
yeah.
Aaron Rodgers has been sharing the playbook with him, like
Oh
100%.
yeah,
Like, so
he's at it for a year.
so much hype, nothing to come of it. I'm sure it'll get better. That's why he's not an S to B, obviously, but I'm sure it'll get better. But yeah, it was just like what everyone got so excited for that, and I loved all
6 points.
I loved all the memes the next day, which was like Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams in the car ride home, and it'd just be like these like most awkward memes of all time. Like, or it's like Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams as roommates tonight, and it's just like them staring at each other angrily over a plate of spaghetti, and it's like yes, like
Yeah,
because like
they.
they put their little like you know butt boy relationship out there, and like yeah we love each other, and then it was like
Yeah, yeah. So Devonte Adams, I think I can explain it. So he probably had the Robert Saleh playbook, and then they didn't switch it whenever he I don't know. I guess Aaron Rodgers couldn't give him an extra one in time, so he was probably studying the wrong playbook, and
that's
now he's
all.
got the right one, and hopefully things get better. So that's why he's only on the Hillstar list.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be better. Don't no reason to panic, but it was disappointing after all that talk. But time to
Yeah.
feel better. Time to feel better.
Yep.
So the 11th McNugget Award. Ba da ba ba ba.
McDonald.
And so we got a lot of nugs in here. We got a 5 piece tonight. Um, and so who are your who are I'll talk about my one boy. So my one boy, my one nug, is Russell Wilson. I don't like Russell Wilson like at all. Like he sucks.
Yuck.
But I was expecting him to S the B this week and then just immediately put him on that list. And so this is like the first time I've kind of like it kind of sucked to put someone in the McNug box, like
I
because
do
I
it
was
all the time.
yeah I was trying to like expand and be like hey just because you personally don't like someone doesn't mean they can't be a McNug. And so yeah, Russ was a McNug this week. No one expected that. I don't think it's going to be a trend. Like I think that's a 1 week hit. He'll come back down to earth, but there's another McNug in here who really hopes that he doesn't come back down.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was on our list all year last year. Rashad White. Rashad the God is back. Um, yeah, I liked what I saw, and also, with the injuries to Godwin and Mike Evans. Like I think they're going to depend on Rashad White a little bit more. Those little passes out of the backfield. He's back, baby. So Rashad White is back. Let's see. We have so all these players, all four of the guys I picked, were guys I was kind of in on preseason, and then got soured on real quick. And like after like 2-3 weeks, I was like, all right, I'm either cutting. Like I don't think I've cut any of these four, but they're on a roster on my bench somewhere, so I didn't benefit from any of these, but I have them. So that man up there who looks like he's ready to BF the competition in the upper left is none other than Javonte Williams. We all saw what he did Thursday night. Um, and I'm not starting him next week because I think it was just he was against the shitty Saints and it was just the perfect storm. But you love to see it. Like we've been waiting on this for a couple years now. So Javonte Williams is on here. Good job. Keon Coleman. We talked a little bit about Amari Cooper. I think Amari Cooper might kind of, you know, you know, open things up for Keon Coleman. He might have been the key that was needed to unlock this offense. And Keon Coleman, he had 125 yards. Maybe it's good that he's not drawing top end coverage anymore. Maybe because Amari Cooper does command attention. Um, so so Keon Coleman, good job getting on here. I never thought I'd see you on this list, but it's cool that you're now in the eyesight of Josh Allen. We'll see what happens. George Pickens, how many times have you needed him on a Sunday night or Monday night and him just not do anything? It was cool to see him come through on Sunday Night Football. He had over 100 yards. He scored, had like 5 catches. Like he had a good solid 20 plus point outing. So great job to him. And then Rashad the God, I think he scored like 30 points or something. That's always fun to see him back. And Bucky Irving can also exist in this offense. Now remember, Sean Tucker was the highest added on Sleeper because of his 34-point outing, but we didn't boast, hey, go pick this guy up, because it's like, hey, he's joining us three. Like it was because there was no one else there, and now you got Rashad healthy. Bucky Irving looked good. He was someone I was in on early summer, and then I think he had a bad 40 time, and I was like, no, fuck that guy. And like I never, and I just didn't draft him anywhere. But he's who we saw in college at Oregon. Just a good change of pace back. I think they have a really cool backfield over there. And anyway, yeah, but yeah, they're using all three of them. But those are my McNuggets for this week.
Heck yeah. And it's nice to have Rashad on there. But yeah, Javante is kind of crazy with the matchup. I want to see him do it against a real team. The Saints,
Oh,
that was such an awful game with the Saints. The
yeah.
Saints just didn't even show up.
Oh, I would start Javante this week though. He's playing the Panthers, and it might be the perfect sell high. So you saw him get what, like 30 points. So like I know Javante, he's someone I've wanted to move away from, but you don't want to sell low. So he like 30 points this past week. He could do that again easily against the shitty Panthers. So if he does that then, like I wouldn't do it immediately after he does it, because then I think people can tell what you're trying to do. But do it like the next day or something. Throw him on the trade block. See what you get. I think that's a great move. And it's one of those examples of like, hey, this guy's going to score a lot of points these next couple weeks. You don't want him on your team long term, but he can get a McNugget award, but he'll never be on the weights for men list.
Probably not. So speaking of our weights for men list, so this is our third week of doing this. The weights for men flex of the week, and one of our original weights for men flex of the weeks, BTJ, Superfan Matt. Can we finally name BTJ better than MHJ? Sure, yeah, why not? This
Yeah,
year, we'll say this year. Maybe long term, it's different. MHJ is, well, you know what? They're both on shitty teams. So I was about to
yeah.
say one's on a better team, but no, they're both on shitty teams, and so BTJ is just outplaying MHJ. Kind of
I have a
crazy.
good example.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was offered. This is in Dynasty. I'm trying to buy MHJ low, and anyway, I know people are down on him and everything. Like I think eventually, so like it kind of ties into Kyler Murray and Call of Duty coming out. Eventually, Murray might get hurt so he can play more Call of Duty, or he'll get benched so we'll have another quarterback in there. So MHJ might be a good buy low right now for Dynasty. I wouldn't even mess around in season long, but I offered Jalen Waddle 25 second, 26 second, 27 second. Fair price. Not giving up any first, kind of giving up a lot of seconds, but whatever. And it's true Dynasty. So like there's not going to be a lot in the pool either. So
Yeah.
um anyway, we and I was like, let me let it sit because he was like, well, what about BTJ instead? And I was like, go fuck yourself. BTJ is better than MHJ. So
Yeah.
I know I wouldn't. I don't think I'd give up BTJ for MHJ straight up. I think it would be MHJ and throw a pick in there. So Brian Thomas Jr. is just he's proving that he's him. He's part of wide receiver U over at LSU. Those LSU receivers show up, man. Like they're better than Ohio State's receivers. Like it's whenever you're looking at high end, and I know I'll get some hate for that here in Buckeye country, but whatever. Like it's LSU is wide receiver U, and I'm sticking to it. So anyway, BTJ, I think he is better than MHJ at this point in time. I don't think MHJ is dead or anything, but something's gonna have to change there. I don't even think Kyler knows he's on the field half the time, so I don't know.
Sorry, Joe. We're really sorry.
Uh, but yeah, these are the weights per men flex of the week. These are the guys that we just want to brag on. And I made sure to put Brock Bowers in the middle. It's his only chance at having long hair or any hair for that matter. But just some guys. I don't own any of Brock Bowers, but I think now's a chance to acknowledge I was wrong on ignoring him. And that offense truly runs through him. Like every time I looked at the screen, whenever the Raiders were on, like watching Red Zone, everything was going to Bowers. So it's definitely the Bowers show now that the Devontae Adams is out of town. I don't want any other piece of that Raiders offense. But he was just so consistently involved. It was awesome. And then another guy who I own in 5 out of 6 leagues, Joe Mixon. Man, that guy is awesome. I had a feeling he'd be really good whenever he went to the Texans. And a prime example was this past weekend. Like, yes, all those, I mean, I know Nico's out, but like usually, like all those weapons, and then like, but there are going to be some running games. So yeah, he's been when healthy for the whole game. He scored over 20 every time. So he's definitely someone you can depend on. A very high end running back one, but there is someone better than him on this list as well. Who is that?
Yeah, I mean, the running back one, the top three, I think number three player in the league, Derrick Henry. It's not a surprise, but it's just nice. We love talking about him. Like, it's just so nice. Big Derrick Henry fans. Some people choose to follow Marcus Mariota from the Titans on through for the rest of their career. I think a better option is to follow Derrick Henry off the Titans on through for the rest of his career. Not that Marcus Mariota didn't have a good week, but Derrick Henry has had 7 good weeks this year.
He's first in every statistical rushing category too. So
So
it's
awesome.
crazy what he does.
And like, I need to go to like a more complicated stats website because like Sleeper didn't have it. But just who breaks off big runs like that so consistently? Like, is there someone in the league right now who's busting 75, 80-yard runs every week? Like, you can almost write that in pen that he's going to have a 50 plus run every week. That's
Derrick
insane.
Henry.
It's just so cool. to see him, do that, and you can count on it, and it's better than the Titans because they're like with the Ravens are all about game flow. It's all about the flow of the game. But the thing is the Ravens in their first 15, 20 scripted plays, they've always got Derrick Henry scripted in. And then so he's going to get action on those first 2 to 3 series. And then if game flow goes away from him, you had those opening series, you're good. If game flow goes toward him, then you're going to get those opening series plays plus the rest of the game when he dominates at the end. So either way, you're set up where the Titans, they would script him in all game long, but if it just didn't work, it didn't work because they just didn't have the offense to make it happen. And so it's just really nice to see him. I bet he's really happy. I hope he's happy being on a winning team. He has been on
Yeah.
some miserable Tennessee teams. He's been on some good Tennessee teams, but he's been on some really shitty teams. So I bet he feels good being on a team, and it's not all on him. Like there's other people who can get it done, and he's just a part of the puzzle. I bet he really likes that.
Derrick Henry's the best quarterback the Titans have had in the last 2 years.
Statistically superior quarterback than anybody else they've ever had.
He throws touchdowns too. So anyway, shout out to these 3 men.
Good men, really good guys.
Thanks for being strong and lifting weights.
And so for the rest of the episode, we're actually going to pivot and do something a little bit different in honor of Peeps and his lack of an appendix. We're going to do a best ball draft, and we're not playing to. We are going to win $50,000
Yes.
for Peepaw's medical bills.
Yes. It's
I don't think
happening,
he's
guys.
ever won more than $25, I think. So
Yeah.
we'll
Well, that 25 was from someone signing up.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So Peeps, I hope you have good insurance to pay those medical bills. But if not, we're gonna try to hook you up here.
Yeah, yeah. And if we get second, we get 25,000. This is it, and it kind of shows like way too small. But oh wait, let me. Oh, it's showing bad. So anyway, this is basically a 6-team, but you're against others. 30 seconds per draft pick. Max entry is 150. We're just gonna do one. It's $7, but the chance to win so much more. 50,000 to first, 25,000 to second, 15,000 to third, and then it looks like we're still. Yeah, it just goes down about 500 to 1,000 every time, and then basically like 21st through 25th gets 1,000. It is half point PPR, I believe. And it's not a lot of positions, but it's basically just for this week 8. So the week 8 main slate, meaning the 1 o'clock games and the 4:30 games. So yeah,
Wait a minute. So no Thursday or Monday.
right. So it's one quarterback. Thank God it's not stupid super flex. One running back, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex, 1 tight end.
Okay.
All right. And there are going to be sharks in this too, so because it's max 150. All right, we will deduct $7.
Here we go.
Oh, set our rankings. Come on, we'll throw him in. It like makes you set your rankings.
Oh, that's.
Yeah. Okay. So I saved it. Oh, I guess I got to go back and. Oh my god.
Also, I looked up average cost of an appendectomy is $10,000 to $18,000. So.
Oh, okay. So we got to do well.
Yeah, we got to get up there in the top something or another to help people.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So if y'all have watched us do these drafts before, we like to. Did we get the number 1 spot?
I think it's still waiting for people. I don't think it's given us a spot.
Oh, okay. It hasn't given a spot yet. Man, I hope it. I hope we don't have to leave. It already took the money out.
Oh, you mean like if enough people don't join?
Yeah, yeah, that would suck.
I mean, this seems like a popular thing.
Yeah. Okay. 3 more. Yeah, we'll probably just have to wait for a minute or two.
Now, is it gonna? It's not gonna populate people who play Thursday or Sunday or Monday, is it?
Right. Yeah. So
Okay.
we're not gonna get screwed.
All right. And
Yeah.
so,
We probably should have. Yeah.
matchup wise, man. I mean, Detroit's got Tennessee. Baltimore's got Cleveland. I mean, I think Tampa Bay Atlanta's going to be a show, but Tampa Bay less of a show because they don't have as much talent right now.
Right.
Green Bay's got Jacksonville, so that'll be a touchdown, a one-sided touchdown game.
Yeah. Green Bay will cover their part.
Um, I think Buffalo Seattle will have some points scored.
Yeah.
And then Jaden Daniels is still up in the air, if not playing this Sunday. Have you heard the latest on
I have not. Like since it's a 6-team league,
that?
I would say we could probably avoid anybody who's like questionable.
Yeah,
I'd love to target Jordan Love. He's the 4th quarterback, but
okay.
we'll see. We'll see how it falls. Who are we thinking at the 3? Hey, Vinny, who are we thinking at the 3?
Hmm. I mean, it's probably going to go. Jeez,
Yeah, I
who
would
is?
expect this to go chalk. Saquon and Brees should be off the board. Oh, we're up. Saquon against Cincy?
Oh yeah, Saquon always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're starting with Saquon.
Right, here we go.
Is there no bench?
Wow.
That would suck, man. It's supposed to be best ball, not. I don't know.
So Minnesota is on bye this week.
Mm, no, they play
Who?
Thursday night.
Oh, okay. So they won't be in this. There we go. All right.
Right,
So no JJ.
right. Wait, is it 2 running backs?
Well, that's the problem with um, that's the problem with underdog is like you never know how many people to pick.
Right. What are we thinking? We're gonna have our choice of Saint Brown, Tyreek, Bijan, Gibbs, Bowers.
Man, I mean Gibbs has got Tennessee. That that game's gonna get out of hand.
Yeah, and it's at home.
Yeah, and Montgomery might be out. I mean, he got kind of injured.
We want to do it.
Yeah, let's get Gibbs because when you think
Where's
about
the draft?
like
Oof.
what big wide receivers are going off consistently this year. Jamar's going off,
Yeah, he went like second.
but like who
So
else? I mean, who else is going off like that? All right, we're back up.
oh, we could go Drake London against Tampa Bay. That just kind of fell to us.
Yeah, that does sound
He-
really good. That sounds really good.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. So it's starting out pretty good. Drake London, Saquon Barkley, Jameer Gibbs. Oh wait, I can see how long this draft is going to be. Okay, it's 6 rounds, that kind of
Oh, this is nuts.
yeah,
All right, so we
6
need
rounds.
interesting. And so we need how many wide receivers? Just one?
I think we need 2.
Two. And then quarterback tight end.
Yeah.
All right, so there
Oh, and I
goes.
think all the good tight ends are gone too. Oh no, where Evan Ingram? Okay, we're up. Someone took the Lizard King.
Oh, wow. They got a good feeling.
All right, what do we want here?
Man, the wide receivers are kind of looking like shit.
Brian Thomas?
Oh, shit. BTJ against Green Bay. They're going to have to air it out.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And he's a great best ball character because he's a long ball guy.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so right now we've got Saquon, Jameer Gibbs, Drake London, Brian Thomas. I like it.
Okay, so we need one more receiver, one more. What?
Well, I don't think we have time for all that. I think we got
Yeah,
enough time
yeah.
for a quarterback and a tight end.
Okay. But are you starting three?
No.
Okay.
Um, Jordan Love's
There's,
right there.
there's your boy. I think you got to go with it.
Yeah,
Great
he's got a
quarterback,
good matchup.
great matchup.
Yeah, everything's falling into our spot.
It's nice when you're only drafting 60.
Right. All right, and now we need our tight end, which
Now,
all right.
is it like because when it shows the lineup, it has three running back slots.
No, so that's just it
Oh, that's
separates
just
the
the marker.
position.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, so I think I think this is I don't know if all of these players are going to be starting for us. This
But
was
yeah,
weird. I don't know.
would it be sneaky to get another if there's a better running back or wide receiver or quarterback out there, we zero out our tight end spot and we optimize the other position.
I don't
Unless there's
know.
someone standing out at tight end.
We could get the Tucker Craft stack. We could get K Dot, and
He's their only option.
he's their only option. And he had over 100 yards last week. He had 8 for 100
But do you
because
like
they
him
had to
better than
depend on
Tucker Kraft? How was Tucker Kraft last week?
Tucker Craft. 3 for 33 in a tutty.
Mm.
We are up. K Dot
I
feels
think
like a poor man choice here, though. But
I know. Uh, but I kind of like it. I mean, we're playing the matchup. We're
yeah,
playing. We're playing
we're trying
situation.
to. Yeah, and it would be a unique. It would be a unique lineup
Yeah.
because in best ball, that's kind of what you're trying to do. You're playing against these six, but to win, obviously, to win the big money, like you got to be the best of this group and then the other groups too.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I like how that ended up. That I don't know, it just seemed like we were making pretty obvious picks.
Yeah. So our
Hmm,
crew is Otten, London, BTJ, Gibbs, Saquon, and Love.
I like it.
Well,
Anyway, that went way quicker than I thought it would.
yeah. So that's 50K coming your way, Peepaw. If your surgery costs 15, we'll hang on to the other 35, obviously. But you can have the 15 for your surgery. Like,
Right, and
since
you have to use it.
he doesn't need 35 for surgery, so we get to keep the
Right.
rest. Like, I don't understand. No one give
Yeah.
me shit for that. Why would I give him all that money for his surgery? We're not
Yeah.
here. We're not trying to pay people. He has a job. We're just trying to pay his surgery.
Yeah, we so Kate Otten, and here's why I like it. Like he's kind of the only option out there, and also like you do have to do something kind of weird in these best ball situations.
Or else you're
So
just gonna tie with some other guy.
yeah, like we could have easily gone Evan Ingram or Kyle Pitts there and gotten our 3 points or whatever, but
Yeah.
like I don't know, and I was against, like, normally I like Evan Ingram, but not when you also have BTJ. Uh what if Trevor Lawrence gets the bed? So
Yeah.
anyway, I like it. We're at least winning 25,000.
Yeah, I
I
think
would
so.
think.
You're gonna have to
Not
give
that
me.
we need it though.
We don't
Yeah. But oh, we had waiver wire pickups. We went through that like really quick. So
Oh yeah, and that kind of worked because we actually ended up talking probably more about
yeah.
different matchups than we would have talked about otherwise. So that ended up being a really good matchup segment.
Maybe we could
So
do that next week. We still have money on the docket.
yeah, we could do that. You know what? All of our viewers, y'all vote on that. Let us know if you like it. Send
Both
us
of
some.
you.
Yeah, both viewers. Let us know what you think of that. But yeah, so waiver wire pickups. There's a lot of people hurting. A lot of people who need help this week. I think there's going to be a lot of stabbing in the dark, looking for guys. I think in the quarterback realm, we have some interesting characters with Drake May looking like someone who's willing to air it out and play ball. So that's
Yep.
someone, if you're in need of quarterback, they scripted up Marcus Mariota really well. How much of that was playing the Panthers? I don't know. Um, but that could be worthy of a pickup, especially if you're in a super flex situation. Um, if you're a Jameis Winston guy, it's time. I know. DTR's the second stringer, but I heard that that was really just to keep you assholes in Cleveland from chanting for Jameis Winston uh, while what's his face was on the field, and so they made DTR the second stringer so people would stop doing that. But
Did you hear
Jameis,
about did you hear about how everyone reacted to Deshaun Watson?
yeah, like the cheering.
Yeah. So, I was at a 1-year-old birthday party on Sunday, and they had the game on, and everyone cheered at the birthday party too.
You know what? I hate all the fake rage because
Yes.
they're being honest. Everyone was happy that that happened. Everyone. Why are
Yeah.
we pretending? Why are we lying to our? Let's just be our true selves and say that's what I wanted to happen. F that guy. Fantasy
Yeah.
wise, moral wise,
Yeah.
football winning, like winning football games wise, everyone wanted that to happen.
Right. Yeah, definitely. No, I'm in the like the camp of like, yeah, definitely boo that man. Like it's different if he just sucked at football but he was like a decent human being, like no, don't boo that man. Hope he
Yeah,
gets better. Like it but play the best thing for your team that he's not starting.
yeah,
But no, whenever it's someone unethical like that, like go ahead and boo. If that's how you feel, go ahead. Like don't feel any shame in that. You know. I don't know. That's my that's my stance on it as well. I'm glad we're on the same page.
always.
But um yeah, did you have any other waiver ads or I have a
Um,
few.
and then I think um, it's just taking different stabs at, and you might have some of these, but San Francisco and Tampa Bay guys just
Yep.
throwing darts. Who's it going to be? If Jawan Jennings plays, we know it's going to be him, but he may not play.
Yeah.
So yeah, who do you have?
Yeah. So like you had mentioned, just those shots on those guys. Jawan Jennings could be top priority to add. We've seen what he can do when he's the main option. And people have, I think he was a hot add and a hot drop. Like, he didn't come through after. But again, I think the only time whenever someone like must be added or must be started is whenever there's some sort of dynamic change. Like, who receivers probably not playing, like dynamic change where he goes from being the wide receiver 3-4 to the wide receiver 1. So Jawan Jennings, if he's out there, go ahead, pick him up. If you're not into that sort of thing, a couple kind of cool like rookies that you can add over in San Francisco. Ricky Pearsall, many men coming back from the gunshot. What a badass. So he played at Florida. See what he's got. He may be white, but his rhymes is tight. Add Ricky Pearsall. Another one, Jacob Moo Cowing. Jacob Cowing. I believe he played at Arizona, maybe. I don't remember. But I remember he was someone I was a little bi-curious about in the summer. Never pulled the trigger. He would have been like 9th, 10th round pick, like taxi squad guy. Might be someone to activate off taxi squad if you're really hurting. In Tampa Bay, Jalen McMillan, activate off taxi squad. His time has come to possibly be the one out there. And he's looked good, like in the opportunities he has gotten. So I think he could be a top ad if he's somehow out there. Trey Palmer, also another good ad. And then another Buccaneer, Cade Otton, if you're in a league that starts tight ends, add Cotton. He does that's how I always read Cade Otton. I just read it Cotton. But he's not soft. So anyway, I think he's a good tight end dad. Like most people, you probably got a shitty tight end. Go ahead and try a new one. And then another one. I don't have any running backs on here, but my last ad, with Jameson Williams getting suspended, Tim Patrick. I think Tim Patrick is someone that Jared Goff has shown a little bit of comfortability with. I think he fits well in the offense. He's not like explosive or anything, but he's dependable. Tim Patrick might be a good ad for someone, but those are my ads for the week.
Also, just remember Tyler Goodson might be a good ad. Seems like Indy
Yeah,
is
good son.
yeah, they're not into Trey Sermon at all. And so I don't know when Jonathan Taylor is scheduled to come back, but if he keeps missing, I think they like Goodson. He's a good boy. And so play him and pick him up. He's out there. That guy's out there everywhere, I believe.
Oh yeah.
He had the big game this week, so he won't be out there for long. But yeah, so there you go. Hopefully, some help for the people who need it. Yeah, well, I guess we did everything today. We had a dynamic show.
Man, yeah, it was a fast episode. Yeah, excited to get Peepaw back next week. So that'll be good. Because we obviously need him. Sometimes we forget where all the buttons are on the stream duck.
Yeah, we don't do this for a living yet.
So.
No.
We had big dreams too.
Have a good fantasy week. Enjoy everything. Don't worry about me. I will find some receivers. I'm going to go ask some guys on the street if they need any, if they have any experience playing in the NFL, if they'd like to join my fantasy team. But before you do that, Dr. Dry, what are some important things people should do on the way out the door?
Hold hands, hug, kiss, make out, port. 5th quarter fantasy cast. Live, laugh, love, like, subscribe. 5th quarter fantasy cast.